Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Hoosier State, where Colts fans rise to their feet with the striking of the anvil as it is time for football here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indy.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
The rushing numbers for Taylor in last week's ball game:
11 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help them reach the century mark.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. You look at this Browns defense.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And he's got Pierce.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line.
That's caught. It's Josh Downs.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah
coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Let's go now.
Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't have my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now because he's coming off of a strong performance in the team's win last week. And you can just tell, even early in his rookie season, he's starting to get really comfortable out there, and things are starting to fall into place. In fact, in talking to the rival defensive coordinator the team is facing this week, he told me this young man's starting to get it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First down. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The Browns at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You look at this Colt defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Warrior 70. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Christian Barmore
In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This is taken at about the 14. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The Colts offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season.
We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
A short one there, caught by Warren.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw this. Open man, the tight end Warren.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he is going to have a Colts first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 5. Up the middle. Here's Taylor. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Here we go.
Now Richardson is going to keep it running right. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Now second and 3.
Come on.
Richardson will keep it once again. Nifty move. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a second and 10. They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gun.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 46 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Let's go now. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. There's a short one caught by Fannin. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back to throw now on first down.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Taylor.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Ready. 19 Dodger.
Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now Richardson. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
Handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before goes down at the 26. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now 2nd and 5.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts add 6 to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cleveland offense making their way out. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So halftime, the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
They'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Fannin. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. His body, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner puts it on. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand?
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They declined it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious.
Come on. Set.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Richardson looking to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
On the draw, it's Judkins.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
87 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. First down, right back to Judkins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
There's a short one caught by Fannin.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Off the right side here, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Jenkins looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Come on.
They'll set up to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be caught for the Browns. Touchdown.
Grant Calcaterra there to make the grab. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. A beautiful fake.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And their lead cut in half by that touchdown. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it.
And I think the Browns got it. They did. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Now 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. That is caught inside the 5.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Quick throw into the hands of Pittman.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point. On the ground, DJ Giddens. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Browns drive about to get started. Running, DeMarcano. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He'll swing this out to Sampson. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. An inside run with Jenkins. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 2nd and 6. Now he'll tuck this and run. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
They'll look to throw now on first down. There's a short one caught by Fannin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. There's a short one caught by Fannin.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Well, he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Checks this down to Sampson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Sampson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On the Go.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Panther 11. Panther. Viking. Hey, Steve. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. Well, they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Here's 1st and goal.
Come on, come on. Pass all 80.
He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Back to throw. Over the middle, that's Stefanin, his tight end.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
19-9. Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
70, 70. 18 Rattler. Mustang 19. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So it's the Colts who are going to get a chance to win it here first as we're back underway in overtime. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They ultimately lost the lead. But right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to get out in front and force your opponent to play from behind with a good drive here.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
On the option left, Richardson.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Richardson.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Ready? Go! Past the 50! Past the 50!
They go play action with Richardson.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you